Success comes after a lot of hard work and dedication and focus to what you're doing. I'm chairman of IMC Companies, a company I started here in Memphis, Tennessee 43 years ago. Well, it started in 1982. I moved here from Franklin, Tennessee. I married my high school sweetheart. We came to Memphis to continue our education at the University of Memphis. I was just 20 years old and had a strong desire to be successful in building a business. I knew I wanted to be in business for myself, just trying to figure out exactly what it was I wanted to do, which led me to the world of intermodal, the world of containerization. And I had an opportunity to go to work for a small local cartage company. Shortly thereafter, just launched into my own operation and started my own company called Intermodal Cartage Company. It was an industry that was a pretty ugly industry, trucking interlining with railroads. Railroads and trucking companies were kind of enemies. It was an opportunity that wasn't serviced very well. Containerized shipments arriving in Memphis, Tennessee by rail, typically in bond with U.S. Customs by some foreign flag ocean carrier. So it was a pretty complicated business. Most trucking companies didn't want to get into that business, so it created an opportunity for me to do something most people didn't want to do. It was an industry that wasn't very well served. I determined pretty quickly that I could do that. At a very early age, I was lucky to have that kind of vision. But even though the company was profitable and making money, solvency was an issue for me. The business was growing at a pace where my receivables weren't coming in fast enough to fund the business. So many days going to the post office, sitting in a car with a prayer that there'd be enough money in the box to meet my payroll. Even my wife, Melinda, when she got off work, I would tell her that receivables are an issue. I'm not getting my money in fast enough to fund the growth of this company. And she'd get in her car, she'd drive around town and help me collect money that was owed to my business. It was tough until finally I was able to get a line of credit with First Tennessee Bank. I got a $20,000 line of credit. And what I learned at that time was I need to stay ahead of this. I wasn't going to a lender to try to get funding for my business at the last minute. I always wanted to have funding in place before I needed it. And that's the way this company's operated ever since. I was always confident that it was going to work. Today, we have about 3,000 employees in the company. And we operate in every state in the United States. We're in every major container terminal, ocean port, and rail terminal in the United States. And it all started right here in Memphis. Being in Memphis and being a link in the international supply chain, Memphis was a key location to the success of this company. It's hard to believe that long ago that I had that kind of vision that I can build a business and be successful at it.